Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today, I am channeling a message to you from your spirit guides. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine to create a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with removal of obstacles, group number 2 in the center with Ascended Master, and group number 3 on the right with Not an Accident, Synchronicity. As always, my loves, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box. If you would like to join my 21-day virtual guided meditation retreat, you can find the link in the description box as well. I have recently just launched that, so I am so excited to share that with you. Also, if you are interested in joining my book club, you can find that on my Patreon. If you would like to check out more exclusive pick-a-card readings, I've got them here on YouTube on my Inner Circle channel. On Patreon, I also have private collective readings on my subscription page on TikTok. I post public and subscription messages on there as well. So there are a myriad of readings to pick from. If you would like a one-on-one with me, I do have those open for the time being. You're going to be able to find those on my Etsy at Spiritualistik. I have a whole spiritual store on there as well. If you're interested in personalized, intuitive crystal wraps, I will wrap a crystal for you, depending on the vibe or what your intention is. I have candles, merch I've created, books that I've written, my tarot and oracle decks, lots of beautiful fun stuff to help you with your spiritual journey and just kind of connect with the energies in a lighthearted, fun, and sacred way. Also, I do want to take the time to let you know that I love you and I'm grateful for you. You can always contact me at contact@spiritualistik.com. You can check out my website where you'll be able to find tons of free information on my blog about every topic you could think of. And, as always, feel free to check out your pile, another reading, and however long you stay, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It helps me follow my dreams and helps other people find their messages easier. So, I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I'm channeling a message to you from your spirit guides, and you selected the first group with the removal of obstacles card. Group number 1. Your spirit guides want to tell you congratulations at moving past a difficulty or a barrier in your life. Now, there's this energy here where they're here to support you. They have supported you, but they also want to remind you that you are the one who implemented the correct action. You are the one who listened to your intuitive nudges. You are the one who got yourself through a difficult time, past a particular obstacle, outside of a particular framework, and they want you to not give your power away, even to them, because you are the one who did the work. Now, they do want to let you know that they're here to help you and guide you and support you, but for whatever reason, whatever's coming through here, they're really presenting more of a hands-off energy, like, no, Group 1's got it. Now, there's also something significant about your dreams at this point in time, so if you would like to receive a dream journal from me, they have been specifically intentionally channeled and frequentially tuned for remembering and writing down and interpreting your dreams. You can find one of those on my store. But there's really this specific energy connecting to your dreams, connecting to your deep state of sleep and or your subconscious mind. There is something that you have absolutely pushed through in your subconscious mind, in your internal beliefs, in your dream state, that they want to let you know they're really proud of you for. And I'm hearing the song Valerie by Amy Winehouse. They would like for you to trust in the process, especially now moving forward. You have passed something with flying colors, and they also want to let you know that you hold the key to your own choices and happiness in the future. There is something that you have been asking them specifically for details about, answers about. It might be that you have the simple answer. You have the yes and the no, but maybe you don't have the why. Maybe you don't have the context. Maybe you can pick up on the energy of something and the scenarios that you might be expecting to match that energy. They really just don't quite yet. Like, there seems to be some sort of maybe curveball or information that you're not necessarily, maybe like you have the energy, but you don't know what the detail is there. Or maybe you have the yes or the no, but you don't have the why. There's something like this that they're saying you are asking them about, and they want you not to worry about it for now. The answer will come when the timing is right. Right now, they want you to be in this energy of receptivity, of joyous, happy, beautiful energy, being proud of yourself, having a wonderful time in your life, focusing on your inner happiness, your inner peace, meditating, believing in yourself, looking at the results of your hard work, and being shown a situation where maybe there are a few things that came up in your life in areas where maybe you weren't totally sure if you believed in yourself or not, where maybe it required a little bit of Delulu is a Solulu energy. Maybe you were like, I am pretty sure I can do this, but what if I burn out? Or I'm pretty sure I can do this, but it would be nice if I had help. Or I'm pretty sure, like, where you're kind of like on the tipping point there. And I believe that's a book, so that might be relevant for some of you as well. The tipping point. But they want to let you know that there is this energy where you have realized, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can remove my own obstacles. And they're saying, look, group one, you've got it. You have had it. You can have a larger capacity in life. You can take on more. You can move through this energy. You can remove this obstacle from your own life. And so they really want you to kind of sit in that, like, post-difficulty, like, I almost want to say high a little bit. Because you might have been keeping your nose down for so long, just trying to push through something, trying to heal something, trying to learn something, trying to get through a difficulty, trying to maneuver things or organize things in a way that would help you out. But it kind of shows something where you didn't really have much of a choice. Like, there's an obstacle here, but you have to get through the obstacle. It's not something where rejection is redirection. It's something where rejection is, okay, so innovate. Okay, so heal. Okay, so do something about it. And so there's kind of this energy here where you've been like, yes, okay, I got it. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna do it. And you did. And so your spirit guides want to say, hey, they know they've been hands off recently, except for maybe a few little areas where they've been giving you incentive, so to speak. But other than that, they want to let you know that they are coming back in full force in your life to really help fluff up this positive energy, to really help fluff up this abundance, to really help infuse positive, happy, spiritual, magical energies into your life right now. Because they want you to kind of realize the, I'm getting like the paradox energy, the yes, the no, the yin, the yang, the stark opposite energies here. They want you to understand how you were so neutral in the face of positivity before. You were so neutral in the face of negativity before, and that's great to stay balanced. But they also want to kind of show you the opposite in a positive, happy, lighthearted, fluffy, high vibrational way of all of the energy that you just worked through that might have been normalized to you, normalized to your nervous system, normalized to something like this for you. It's kind of like if you are, if you're used to working really hard for not enough resources, right? When you finally pass that threshold, then you might be in a place where you're like, wait, so now what do I do with being on the other side of this threshold? Showing you how easy it is now and how hard you did have it. It's kind of like the opposite. So your spirit guides want to let you know they're coming in full force to really fluff up the positivity and the happiness in your life. And they want to tell you the other shoe is not going to drop. Don't worry. And they're going back to this question you keep asking. This clarity that you are seeking, this information that you want. They're withholding the context for you right now because it's not the time. I'm hearing there's a time and place for everything, and this is not that, because you might be waiting for the other shoe to drop, because you might be in the state in your nervous system, in your subconscious mind, where you've been working really hard through an obstacle. Now you're on the other side of it. So now you might be looking, okay, so now what is the obstacle that is here that I'm just not seeing, that I should be learning better than, that I should be working through, that I should be figuring out, and it's not there. It's like if you're going through your face, trying to excavate and like heal all of your acne, but you cleared your acne, so now there's no pimples on your face. But you're still going around your face looking for a pimple so that you can heal it. And you're like, I don't see a pimple, but there's got to be one here because I'm not used to not having a breakout. It's something like this, okay? To literally bring it to the most superficial level possible. I'm also hearing the word like yourself, myself. I'm hearing that song, Me, Myself, and I. So there's something about like self, or maybe that song, or there's something around the energy that has some sort of activation there for you. And it might not be the activation that you would expect it to be, or you might not know what the activation is, but they want to let you know to lean into a particular energy. There's something about, like it wears really nicely on you, okay? So it can be something like the vibe that you're in after you just finished jamming to that song and you're like, yeah, like it is me, myself, and I, like I can love myself, right? So that would be a positive energy. Maybe you're learning, okay, give to myself first and then give to others. Wear my oxygen mask and then help someone else put it on. And they're like, that energy looks really good on you. Maybe you're wearing YSL myself, okay? Maybe they're telling you it smells really good on you. There's something like this, whatever it is. Something about the word yourself, it's myself, it's me, myself, and I, that kind of energy. They want to let you know it looks really good on you. And it can just be that you have been pulling your energy back. Maybe you've had a lot of people, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things going on in your life, and now you're giving yourself your power back. You passed through a particular obstacle. Now you can sit, now you can rest, you can invest in yourself. Now you've got this extra space, this extra time, and maybe all of these people, all of these situations, you needed to pull back from in order to make it through this obstacle. And they're saying, wait, keep it pulled back, give it to you. Okay? So, with all of that being said, let's get into your tarot, group number 1. Today we're using my Follow Your Heart Oracle and my Graphic Tarot. I love the mini decks because my hands personally are very small and I love to travel, so it kind of just makes my life easier. And I know I'm not alone on that too. Sometimes I literally have like blisters on my hands. Like, you remember when we used to write in school with number 2 pencils, like every day, and then some of us like have those permanent little blisters on our hands forever? I have that on my hands from tarot cards. So I made tarot cards with nice rounded edges. They fit in the palm of your hand. Ease. Ease is the name of the game here. It doesn't need to be harder than it needs to be. And I think that's part of the message too. Doesn't need to be harder than it needs to be. I'm really hearing that song, Me, Myself, and I have not listened to that song in years, so that's definitely a strong channeled message for you in some way. Let's see, messages to group 1 from your spirit guides. Please, what would you like to tell them? Okay, right now you are where you need to be. Okay, you're picking up on the fact that you are not in a permanent position in your life right now, and you know that, okay? Say you're living in a home, okay, and you know it's not where you're going to live forever, but you are called to enjoy it right now without having the time, the date of when it is you're going to move or where you're going to move to next. You're being encouraged to enjoy this chapter of your life, okay? Maybe you're in a new job. You're being encouraged to enjoy the new job and love the people that you are around, even though you know it's not going to be your forever career. It's a job, it's not a career. Or maybe you like it, but it's not for you permanently, right? They want to let you know, okay, but just because you know that doesn't mean that you don't get to enjoy it right now. So they really want you to focus on the positive. And they also want you not to stress as much about where you're going to be next. There are some areas of life where you're still building your foundation, but you are used to there being some sort of obstacle around you. And it might be that the obstacle always lies in other people, and they might have been your obstacle. It might have been that you have a particular obstacle and you're looking for help outside of it, and then all of a sudden you're surrounded by people who just magically all of a sudden now have the same exact obstacle. So as you're trying to push through it, you are met with other people's limiting beliefs. You are met with not even getting through the obstacle for yourself, but also now being in a situation where when you do it, it's pushed up against. When you do it, you are needing to be an example for others. When you do it, you need to hide it from other people so that the energy doesn't get tainted, share it with other people so that they can break their limiting beliefs. It's like this delicate dance here. And so they're saying right now to look at the fact that you are in the right place at the right time and not to worry about where it's going. Now we've got 10 to 10, 121 here, so that can be significant for some of you. I'm also being shown like December to January, kind of like sort of Christmas to New Year's like vibe a little bit, like that whole period of time. There's something significant about that timeline in your life, in your like soul's blueprint, or in the blueprint for this physical life that they're drawing awareness to. They also want to let you know that there's been a difference this time, and they want you to pay attention to that. There's some sort of pattern that you've broken that is connected to an obstacle that you just surpassed. You're going to notice that when one thing is in your life, something goes more difficultly. And now that energy is no longer in your life, that pattern has been broken, and now you can move past this obstacle. You had to figure it out, but they want to let you know those two things are connected, as you knew before. But they want to let you know that from this larger perspective, zoomed out, you still have those correlating energies. Except the moon in reverse lets you know that you see this. It is not something that you need to look within to figure out. Now it's something that's outside in your life. You can go, okay, 2 + 2 = 4, and you call it a day. It doesn't need to be you learning that math exists and then learning it and figuring it out on your own and then putting together your own system and then using that to find that 2 + 2 = 4. It's less convoluted. It's now out in the open. Your spirit guides do want to let you know as well that in the future, you're going to need to make a big decision. Okay, there's something that you might be kind of picking up on the energy on again, but you're not necessarily seeing the way that it manifests. And so you're saying, so does that mean, like almost wanting to draw a conclusion, okay, so I'm picking up on this energy, but it feels like not the interpretation of the energy that I'm expecting. So does that mean then that X, Y, or Z? Well, what about A? Well, what about C? Well, what about D? Well, what about E? And you go through the whole alphabet and it's, well, no, not really, not quite. Okay, so what they want you to do, I'm hearing specifically the phrase, hold your horses, which I don't really say that often, personally. They want you to hold your horses. They want you to enjoy the moment. They really want you to be in the bliss of the result of your hard work. They really want you to enjoy the peace that's in your life because you've done the internal work. They want you to enjoy the abundance that's in your life because you've done the external work. They want you to enjoy the relationships in your life because you've done the relational work, so on and so forth. They want you to know, okay, that the people that are meant to be in your life, they are there. And the people that aren't, they're not. And that doesn't always mean that there's hard feelings. Sometimes things might go a little sideways, but ultimately, you are so much more loved, guided, supported than you are giving yourself credit for. They also want to let you know that there is something here about a foundation being built with you in mind behind the scenes. But if you were to know about that ahead of time, it might create a little bit of a hiccup in your life right now. And they don't want you to worry about that. They just want to let you know, okay? I'm being shown a collared shirt, a strong scent, and I'm hearing an old friend, okay, or something like this. There's something where something was taken to like a higher level, but there were unseen factors. So then it was taken down a few notches. Being down a few notches, a foundation was begun, and then you almost needed to skip a few steps in order to go forward with this. I'm being shown it goes 8, 7, 9 instead of 7, 8, 9. So there's something here with an unseen factor where you feel like it's me against the world, or it's us against the world, or like we can tackle the world together. But it's a positive energy, right? But you have something here where then it moves backwards 1 step and then forward 2. So now there's a little bit of this, okay, this would create a burden if it was overt in your life. So I'm also hearing a little birdie told me, and that has kind of been a trend a little while ago. So it might be something about that trend that's showing up. It could also be something where maybe you're just you're peeping. Someone's been watching your stories, right? It can be that you're peeping that, like intuitively that someone's been thinking about you, something like this, okay? It doesn't need to be that big of a deal, but there's still this presence that you're picking up on. Your spirit guides want to approach this energy with you. They want to let you know that a foundation was built without you in mind, and now it's being built with you in mind, or at least someone like you. And I'm hearing the Adele song, okay? So that's going to be a different rabbit hole. They don't want me to go there for you, but they do want to let me know that you have been through a lot recently behind closed doors, or a lot that other people just kind of brush off if you share it with them. It might be that there are certain things in your life that are causing you stress, or they're unfair to you, or where you're not receiving the support that you need. You know, it can be where you're like, hey, I've been struggling with this, and someone else is like, okay, great, like, don't care, what about my problems? It can be something where you are like, hey, this has been really uncomfortable for me, and they're like, well, it being uncomfortable for you is inconvenient for me, so now I'm uncomfortable, you should apologize to me. And you're like, whoa, it's something like this, okay, that they want to draw your awareness to. They want to let you know you've been stressed lately, and now that you are outside of this obstacle, you almost don't want to be like maybe popping off to show that you are on the other side of this obstacle, because you don't want to, like, the people who were inconvenienced by your boundaries, the people who were inconvenienced, the situations that were convenienced by your difficulty and inconvenienced by your acknowledgement of your difficulty. There's this energy where you might not want to pop out without that for some reason. It's like maybe people used to make fun of you all the time for pimples on your face, right? And now you go outside and your skin has been clear, and it's absolutely clear now. And so they look at you, and now they might make fun of you for not having pimples on your face, or now they might treat you differently because you have clear skin. It's kind of giving that energy if you are like not beautiful and then you become beautiful, right? Everyone's beautiful all the time, in my opinion, but it's giving something like just when I don't have like too many followers on TikTok. I've got like a little over 100K, right? So when I was starting my TikTok journey, so many people were like, oh, like, who does she think she is? Like, oh my God, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. And then when my follower count started growing, all of these people that used to bully me when I was like 12, they're like, oh my God, hey bestie, how are you? Friends from high school who would throw me under the bus willy-nilly. Oh my God, hey, like, so I haven't talked to you in so long. Like, what happened? People who I used to date, they're like, hey, like, can I tell everyone that I know you? Let's start hanging out all the time. No, right? It's kind of this energy. It's like when there's something that's not there, you almost might be shy about popping off later, right? So now when I walk around, I feel weird being like, oh yeah, this is what I do now. Because then all of a sudden their energy towards me shifts. And so it's kind of giving something like this where you might be in this period where you're like, okay, so now I'm on the other side of something. I see what the problem was. I broke through it. I did the action towards it. Now there's a little bit of stress about not having the stress in my life because now I pop out and I've lost 50 pounds. Now I pop out and I've got new hair. Now I pop out and I'm successful in my career. Now I pop out and I've got that video that went viral, whatever it is. Now it's almost like this vulnerability, and I'm just getting to tell you, your spirit guides want you to shine, let yourself be seen, let yourself shine, and don't focus on your perception, just be yourself. Just let yourself shine and live your life. And the people that witness that are going to witness that, and don't shine, like, try not to perceive how you're being perceived at this point in time. Just be yourself and try to be as unbothered as possible at this point in time. Let's see. Okay, they do want to continue to speak about something is going to be turned back in your favor. They're aware that something was difficult for you and it seemed unfair, but it was leveraging you into a more favorable position in the future, which you know spiritually and intellectually, but that still doesn't mean that the journey to get there was fair. It's like, say you're learning how to ride a bicycle, and when you're learning how to ride the bicycle, they have it on the hardest speed, right? So they have it on, like, say you have a 10-speed bike, they've got it on like the slowest, densest speed, and you're just learning how to ride a bike, which means you don't have the muscles, you don't have the balance, you don't know what's going on, and it's hard. It's just harder for you. Other people don't learn like that. They get the training wheels, someone's pushing them, they get emotional support, and you just get, hey, this is your bike. You have to ride it on this speed. Okay, we're all learning to ride a bike, and you're watching people on their tricycles, you're watching people getting pushed, you're watching people who are like, well, that sucks, you know? So they want to draw awareness to this energy. And they want to let you know that, well, because this is how you learned, because this is how you needed to process this obstacle, because you had this obstacle, you are now in a favorable position in the future. You knew that intellectually. That doesn't make the process any more easy for you. And that's why they want to let you know, especially, again, circling back around to enjoy right now. Enjoy right now, because you can ride a bike, and you can ride a bike up the hill. You can ride a bike, and you've got the strength. You can get past an obstacle, and you're not going to need to get past it again. It's something like this. Say that you have been trying to pay off student debt, right? I know in the United States, the cost of university is insane. And the cost of the average salary and the cost of living and the cost of university, they're entirely disproportionate. So a lot of people have a really hard time paying off all of that money towards throughout the course of their life. Now that's not everybody, right? Everyone's in a different situation individually, but with that, it can be something like, say you're like, I really need to pay off this debt because it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time that I don't pay it off. So you learn how to make a ton of money so that, enough money to pay off your debt. Now your debt is paid off, but you're still now making that amount of money, so you've got all of that free space now financially because that burden has been gone. It's something like that where it's not fun. You got to figure it out. But now you've got that extra space. Now you've got that extra abundance. Now you're like, wait, should I go to Hawaii right now? So that's kind of the energy they want to draw your awareness to. They want to see you and make sure you're appreciating yourself. Make sure that you feel seen and heard and appreciated. They want you to know they're proud of you. They want you to know that you did not deserve that stress, but you showed up and you did it anyway, because there's one thing you can do, and that's whine about it, complain about it, and there's something else you can do, and that's meditate on it and do something about it, and you chose the second one. And because of that, your life is being blessed right now. So they want you to stop looking for answers right now. They want you to stop asking questions. They want you to try to get yourself out of, I'm hearing, fight, flight, or freeze if you can. They want you to rest. They want you to enjoy. They want you to play. They want you to vibe, meditate, pray, lay on your back in a park outside, something like this. Because they do want to let you know that there's going to be a really positive choice, really positive opportunity that comes towards you. And it's going to have to do with your environment, your neighborhood, your neighbors, or a loved one of yours. And it's going to be something where you felt like there was something that you're expecting not to receive in some way, shape, or form. And this is going to be revolving around this. Now, it's kind of circling back around to the beginning of this reading where there's something where you were picking up on an energy and you're like, okay, so is it X, Y, Z? And they're like, not really. Like, what about A or B or C or D all the way through? And they're like, not really. And you're like, well, if it's not a letter, what is it? So there's something about this energy coming through. Now, it's going to be really positive. And it's going to be super abundant. But something has to ground first, okay? Things are working in your highest favor. They're working in your luckiest possible timeline at this point in time, your highest timeline. And they also want you to kind of ride the wave. They want you to follow the flow, okay? There's an experience you had in the past that is a core memory for you that you look back at, going back to collared shirt, strong smell, old friend, little birdie told me, that energy, whatever that was, okay? And they want to tell you that in a situation that you are in or that you're stepping into right now, it's kind of the same energy. When you walk through something and it's really fun, it's really enjoyable, maybe you don't realize it's going to be a core memory necessarily, but later down the line, it will be. So you might have wished maybe in the past that maybe you expressed yourself a little more, or you wore the cuter shoes, or you did have that glass of wine, or whatever it is for you, or you did kiss that person. I don't know. We're not here to judge, okay? But whatever it is, there's kind of this energy where they want you to know you're going to be stepping through something like that. And it's positive, it's blissful, it's enjoyable, it's lucky. But I'm also hearing the song Lucky by Britney Spears. And that's kind of talking about when you're so lucky that it's unrelatable and there's no one there in your life to support you or understand you or like pick up what it is that you're putting down. And so it's kind of that there. And that's why they want you to draw awareness to that energy and give yourself the space and the fulfillment in the middle of it, because you've gone through this obstacle. You've got beautiful, wonderful things coming up. Your spirit guides are coming back in your life in a way where they've been a little hands-off recently because you had it. You've got it. You got to do the work in some areas of life. It's co-creation. They work on some, divine works on some, you work on some. So you've been rolling up your sleeves. Now they want to tell you, hey, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And I'm also hearing the song The Show by Lenka. A lot of music that I forgot existed coming through in this reading. That song, I'm just a little bit caught in the middle. Life is a maze and love is a riddle. That one, okay? They want you to play. They want you to have fun. They want you to explore. They want you... I'm just hearing, like, don't worry about it, man. Like, which is something I hear daily because I live at the beach in the little surfer town. And they want you to invest your resources in you receiving fun and pleasure and maybe spiritual things as well. Things that are enriching for you. Enriching and fulfilling and fun for you, okay? There might be some sort of difficulty or wound pertaining to this, okay? For example, let's use the student loan example. You've been using all of this money to pay off your student loans, and so now when the month comes that you no longer have to pay it and you're still making that income, you might feel like, okay, I have to hoard this because what if there's another thing that I have to pay that's not fair to me and I'm kind of in a trauma mode, right? What if you start to spend it and you're like, oh, that was really irresponsible of me. I shouldn't be doing that. God forbid I buy a cute dress or something like that, right? So there's kind of this energy here where there's a little bit of a wound or a little bit of a, let's say a hiccup to get through, okay? And so they want to draw awareness here. They want to let you know that you have gotten through this obstacle. You're at a place of liberation, of freedom, of fun, and they want you to really put one foot in front of the other to make yourself even happier. They want to challenge you to be even happier in every moment than you were in the last. Especially right now, because a burden has been removed from your life. You have physically, by yourself, removed an obstacle from your life with their support, but it's kind of like they're cheering you on, right? They're not like down there in the trenches with you, right? I mean, they are like energetically in support, but they're not like, sometimes things can fall out of the sky and bless you. And they're sitting there like, oh, they've got it. Group one's got it, So here, they want you to know you've got a beautiful foundation. There is a foundation behind the scenes being built with you in mind, and that you're about to walk through a core memory. And you already know what it's going to be. They want you to really drink it up, soak it in, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. Okay, guess we're having a dance party for group one here, which is fine by me. but they really want you to focus on being happier every moment than you were in the last. And they're saying, don't worry, the other shoe is not going to drop. So stop trying to look for answers to certain contexts that you don't have. Feel the energy and trust that things are working out in your favor better than you can fathom. And that's why you can't find the answer right now, because things are working out in your favor better than you can fathom or understand. And that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Don't fear the unknown. Be excited for it and enjoy every single moment in the meantime. So group number 1, that is your channeled message from your spirit guides. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. If you would like to join my book club or meditate with me, I've got a 21-day virtual guided meditation retreat where it is go at your own pace. So you can wake up, we can hold hands in the morning, we can meditate together, go about your day. You can go about your whole entire day, sit down at night, we can hold hands, meditate together, go on that little journey. And it is always accessible. So once you have access to it, you'll have access to it forever. You can go back and listen to the ones that you want to go through again. So basically, it's an entire meditation retreat that is yours. Once you open it up, you walk through the journey, and then you have access to it forever. So that is a wonderful way for us to walk the journey together, hold hands, and for me to share a little bit of my inner world with you. Again, if you want to join the book club, both of those things are on Patreon, by the way. I've got them linked in the description box. But the book club, it is donation-based. It's $1 barrier to entry. Just a fun way to have community, explore different ideas, topics, mind, body, spirit, financial, leadership, spiritual, all of that good stuff. So a little bit of everything on there. So I love you. I'm grateful for you. You know where to find extra content if you want. Here, my Inner Circle channel, Patreon, TikTok, my sub page also. If you'd like personals with me, I do offer those. They're going to be on Etsy at Spiritualistik. You can check out my website if you want to read my blog. It's all up there for free. You can learn way too much stuff about way too many topics. And it's a really fun way for us to, again, explore just different ideas and thoughts and things like that. If you want to read one of my published books, you can find those in the description box or on my Etsy shop. They're on Barnes & Noble. They're on Amazon. So you know where to find me. And the links to everything are in the description box. So I love you. I'm grateful for you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It helps other people find the energies they're resonating with a little more easily, because I cannot boost this in the algorithm without spending money, which is obscene. So I love you. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today I'm channeling a message to you from your spirit guides, and you selected the second group with the Ascended Master card. The first message that's here for you, group 2, is that you are doing an amazing job. They want to remind you that you can use your resources in order to get ahead in life, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. They want to let you know as well that you are at a place where it's really important that you focus on yourself right now. It seems that you have the answers to a lot of questions that people haven't even thought to ask yet. It's kind of giving the energy of you being the light in a very dark tunnel, or you being the only spiritual one in a group of people who are maybe not spiritual at all, maybe they're not even religious, maybe they aren't even educated in regular physical life stuff. And while the heart of that matter is pure and kind, and there can be still commonality and love and compassion and empathy in these situations, you're being encouraged to not be afraid to go your own way. Now, it seems as though in the name of compromise, in the name of being the bigger person, in the name of being evolved and feeling more responsibility, it seems as though you have taken on a little bit more than you can chew in trying to make sure that everyone around you is happy all of the time, when in reality, it is sacrificing your ability to move in integrity and sovereignty on your own path. It's not saying that you can't do it all, but it is saying that you are compromising with people who don't even understand what it is that they want. Therefore, if you are compromising, and they are not, if you are compromising, but say you are compromising having a career, or you are compromising your best friendship, say you're compromising your home, or you're compromising something that is important to you and your health and your life, that is high vibrational and beautiful in your life. But on the other side, the compromise is maybe not binge drinking as much, just binge drinking. Or it's not assuming that a certain boundary can be crossed, just asking first and then poking fun of it and then trying to convince you so that you can get some sort of coerced response instead of just honoring the boundary. You being fine with that kind of compromise is something that your spirit guides wish to connect with you today about. They would like for you to question who is the master of your own life. They would like for you to understand that you do know already it is you, it is the universe, God, source, you, right? They also want you to remember to ground yourself in isolation. Ground yourself alone. You might go into nature with a big group of people and it's wonderful, but that connection, that one-on-one you can have with the earth, that one-on-one you can have with the tree, the one-on-one that you can feel when, I'm getting that you've got some guides around you that like to connect with you through nature, but they're shy when there are other people around. They want to feel comfortable to come out and hang out with you. Your spirit guides want you to feel like it's okay for you to play, and that playing is a positive thing. They don't want you to feel like if you play, you have to play with these friends, and you don't like the game that those friends play, so therefore you don't like to play. Therefore you don't get to play. Therefore you don't get to experience what it means for you to play and have fun, because to you now, play just isn't fun. Because maybe someone else's idea of fun is making sure you don't have any, or not caring if you do. Now, your spirit guides want to remind you that this does not mean that there's malicious intent. And that might be the cause for your self-sacrifice and compromise. In all ways, you deserve to stand in your authentic truth. In all ways, you deserve to be honored and respected as who you are, genuinely. And who is that group to? The Ascended Master, the card that you chose. If an Ascended Master is walking around a village, I'm being shown Sodom and Gomorrah for some reason from the Bible. All of you will not be familiar with that, but you can think of it like ancient Las Vegas on the Strip, or like an ancient red light district in Amsterdam or something like this. If an Ascended Master is walking down these streets, they're not going to be really appreciated for their true depth, although that may be where it is that they're needed the most. And your spirit guides want to remind you that there is value and there is integrity in being where you are needed the most, but that should not stop you from being around where you are appreciated the most. They want you to sit with that energy and really feel it. Because when you are where you're fully appreciated, you might feel that because you're appreciated so much, what it is that you're receiving might feel bigger than what you're giving, whether or not that's true. And also, you don't deserve to sacrifice yourself to be in places where you're not even seen all of the way. What is able to be seen is definitely acknowledged, but so much of you feels unseen or unheard in certain settings. And those settings are exactly the ones that might encourage you to stay away from or invest less in the people, places, things, jobs, environments, cultures that actually appreciate you in a way that make you feel appreciated, not by someone else's rules, arbitrary rules. Your spirit guides would like to let you know that you are being presented a crossroads at this point in time, and it's going to continue to deepen as you get closer to it. They do want to let you know that, as you know already, one of the roads is a dead end, and it has a lot to do with this area where you can be of the most service, but you don't deserve to be drained in exchange for something or someone who doesn't even appreciate you. You can serve in a community where you are appreciated, You give them energy and they give you energy in return. That is your other path. But you might feel so energetically drained. Group 2, I'm getting you might be feeling absolutely exhausted right now. Maybe you're getting enough sleep. Maybe your sleep schedule has changed. Maybe your body is perfectly rested, but you're exhausted emotionally or mentally or energetically. And it seems as though you can't pinpoint why, because you're doing everything right. You are getting enough sleep. You're waking up at appropriate hours. You're eating healthy. You're exercising. You are meditating. You are doing your breath work. You are going outside. You are doing everything right. That usually is it's usually the equation for your success and you to thrive. Yet somehow still, even with nothing technically wrong, you might still feel like you're surviving. And it doesn't feel like it comes from you. Your spirit guides want to let you know that you don't need to worry about anyone else poking around in your energy field. They're taking care of it for you if that's something you believe in, resonate, or have been feeling lately. However, they also want to tell you that it's important that your foundation is balanced, that your foundation is level. It might seem an easy step to skip when you're setting something up, right? Pulling out a level, making sure that everything is, level. But it is actually a really important part, because you can build an entire house and you never know the one moment that foundation can come crumbling down. And you are not one who builds a house of cards. You are one who builds very intentionally. You are one who builds using bricks and gold and beautiful resources you put into what it is that you build. And so, this is why you are being called right now to remember who the F you are. Recharge your energy. Maybe even go off the grid for a little while. There's a reason why you feel absolutely repelled to certain people in your life, probably the ones who require the most from you. You have to talk to them every day at the same time. That's not healthy for any relationship. The ones where you have to show up and you always have the same conversation and you're always in a great mood, and then you talk to them and as soon as you're done, you're in a bad mood, and then they're in a good mood, and then they go on the rest of their day and you can't get anything done, even though what you have to do is important and what they have to do isn't. Be aware. Your body, your visceral responses, they are giving you the answer that you seek. You don't need more of a why. Your spirit guides want to let you know that they're trying to give you the best experiences that they possibly can, while allowing you the space to reflect upon the situations. You reflect upon yourself so much so that you try to fix things that are not broken, that you try to heal things that don't have a wound. And because of that almost overcompensating energy, you find yourself sucking in energies that are vacuums to you. Because you have so much to give, because you have an overflow, you end up inviting gluttons into your energy field instead of the hungry. And that is not on you, it's not your fault. Your spirit guide just want to give you this gentle reminder that kind people have boundaries. It is not kind to not have boundaries or to ignore them because someone asked you 5 too many times. If you state a boundary and it gets, I forgot, crossed. Your spirit guides want to let you know that you have karmic-free action that you can take. And when it's whatever your first impulse is to that energy, to that behavior, and that is valid and it's allowed. They want to tell you, you don't understand how your sovereignty, standing up for yourself, and making sure that no one is messing with you is divine. Because you see people use these tools, these skills, these tactics as perpetrators, as predators. And because the prey doesn't want to be like them, they don't protect themselves because They don't want to be like them. Group members who your spirit guides want to let you know that it's okay for you to fight back. It's okay for you to snap back. It's okay for you to clap back. It's okay. In fact, it's encouraged. This message might not be fully comfortable for you to hear, because you can be in integrity and have boundaries and be kind at the same time. Your beauty deserves to be protected. Who you are deserves to be expressed and received kindly. Your boundaries of your schedule, of your time, of your finances, of your wants, of what you eat, those are observed. Those are respected, non-negotiably. When you share something that you want, that is non-negotiable. Your spirit guides are aware that you feel very violated by an energy in your field. And it might just be the energy, a sneaky desire to see if they can maybe get you to put down one of your boundaries just so that they can see if maybe they can get themselves, because they want to do to you something, not for you something. And it's presenting as just an energy. This is predatory behavior. And your spirit guides want you to know that humanity has evolved far beyond this. Mostly. And that it is detrimental for you, even in the first place, to be around these energies. Give them the time of day, the space in your mind or in your heart. Yes, you are taught to love all. Unconditional love is not unconditional boundaries. They've worked with you with this before. Your spirit guides want to let you know that people who are nice don't have to try to convince you that they are. People with pure hearts don't have to constantly tell you that they have one. Good people aren't constantly telling everyone, I'm a good person. And the amount that you have been watching yourself get absolutely dismissed lately, diverted attention, dismissed like you are a small child. Yes, it is a manipulation tactic. No, you're not overthinking it. No, you don't deserve that. Yes, you are significantly smarter and wiser than they are. No, you shouldn't be dealing with that. Yes, you do get to stand up for yourself. It is not righteous. It is not righteous for you to sit there and take it with a smile on your face. Your spirit guides are saying you don't believe in an eye for an eye. You don't do that. You don't act like that. You never a day in your life have. But when you standing up for yourself, hey, don't treat me like that. Hey, that's a boundary. Hey, I don't like that. Gets treated as you taking an eye for an eye, then it's easy for you to think, because you have been trained, that you setting a boundary or expressing your feelings or a want or a need of yours is not only unimportant but less important than someone else's, but also an act of inherent violence and being predatory. What a projection that is. The Ascended Master doesn't deserve to get thrown to the wolves. It is not righteous for the Ascended Master to allow themselves to get thrown into the wolves. The Ascended Master goes where they can serve and where they are respected. The Ascended Master has wisdom beyond comprehension. The Ascended Master isn't swiping through Tinder while throwing back a margarita. The Ascended Master is in meditation, connecting with nature, advocating for human rights, animals' rights. The Ascended Master is out there loving everything and everyone as much as they possibly can. Assassination of character, or the attempt of such, the attempt to degrade you, mind, body, or spirit, simply because you are a threat to someone you're not in competition with, is absolutely ridiculous. Your spirit guides want you to question everything that's around you right now. They want you to look at who you are abundant around and who drains you. They want you to look at who is taking action, who has completed things in their life that they're proud of, that they love to share with the world, who are reaching their dreams and doing what they want, versus look at who is doing absolutely nothing and complaining about it. Your spirit guides are saying that's all on that topic for now. So, group 2, let's get into the tarot. I'm hearing, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Your spirit guides want to tell you that you deserve to scream a little louder. You deserve to cry a little harder. You deserve to pray a little louder, laugh more deeply. They want to tell you that when you look around you and you see a lot of different options, do not take others' opinions into consideration when making moves for your life when you know what your intuition is telling you. You've tried to follow your intuition in a particular area of life time and time and time again. However, your intuition gets dismissed, your choice gets dismissed, your right gets dismissed, something like this. All the more reason for you to follow your intuition. And every single time this occurs, it invalidates that step in the first place, making it more and more dismissible each time you try to act in this direction. Now, your spirit guides, they're not here to necessarily empower you right now. It seems that when you're not around these situations, you're absolutely fine. It seems like you're on top of everything, you're doing everything right, you know what's going on too. But ultimately what they want you to do is take some time in self-reflection, not bad group 2, how can I fix this? What can I learn? How can I grow? What am I doing wrong? Because that's not the situation. What your spirit guides are wishing to communicate with you right now is to take some time for yourself and to really see yourself through pure eyes, through cleansed eyes, through the eyes that reflect the most authentically who you are. And to take some time for yourself away from people, away from drama, away from people or situations that don't see or respect you or see or respect your intuition, or like to try to dismiss intuition because it doesn't meet their facts, and their facts are based upon propaganda and manipulation anyway. They're not even true. Stop trying to justify truth, because the frequency of truth is received by all who care about truth, and those who do not wish to see the truth do not care whether or not what they believe is the truth. Your spirit guides want to let you know that they're not meaning to come off harsh to you right now. They just know that you need to hear this message. And that this might give you a little bit of a boost to kind of reframe something in your mind. A particular situation was to show you that you can still be open to a particular situation in the future, a particular energy, but that it might not take place with this certain situation. For example, it might show you that you do want to work on a project like that, but maybe not with this company. It might show you that maybe you do want to buy a home one day, but not in that neighborhood. Maybe showing you that you do want to have a family one day, but not with this person. And so they want to let you know that your ability to provide what it is that you want for yourself. For example, if you want to be treated nicely, you can treat yourself nicely and you can treat someone else nicely. So it's not asking too much to ask someone else to treat you nicely. If you want to go to Disneyland and you can bring yourself and your friend to Disneyland and the person that you're with can't take you to Disneyland, you are asking for what you can provide. You are asking for what it is that you are, and you're giving that to yourself. And you're going to continue to give that to yourself. Your spirit guides want to caution you against opening it up so much to a particular situation in your life that you are no longer providing something for yourself because of your trust in an external situation. Have trust in yourself, have trust in the divine, have trust that there are situations that can provide this for you, but this is not it and you know it. You will continue to be disappointed. I'm hearing weaponized incompetence as well. You have a lot more options than your blinders are letting you see right now. You might feel it, but there seems to be a reason why you stopped doing something or listening to something or taking part in something recently. And it has to do with some sort of manufactured passion or some sort of, I'm almost hearing like the word brainwashing, some sort of hope that your intuition is wrong in a situation, or that the truth that you see is the truth, but it manifests more kindly. Something like this. You know what the truth is, and you have clarity here. Your spirit guides want to tell you that something is not worth the headache. If you see it like a lemon, make lemonade out of it. Take the good with the bad, make lemonade. But that doesn't mean that you need to sit there and eat raw lemons that aren't even ripe while someone gaslights you into telling you that it's delicious lemonade. Because you know that it's not. And if time and time again you show someone how to make lemonade and they tell you, hey, stop making it for yourself, I'll do it for you, but they keep giving you raw lemon juice, stop trusting them to give you lemonade. They're saying that they know you want to believe in them, they know you want to believe in the situation, but the truth of the matter is your intuition was right on the dot here the whole time. The situation was intentional for you for a few reasons, to show you that it's just about time to make a big change in your life, one that you've wanted to make forever. Also, I just got if you heard that, I got a text message that I received a package, so that could be significant for someone. My P.O. box, thank you, all of you, I love it when you send me stuff, it makes me feel happy. Anyway, yes, your spirit guides want to let you know that when you reflect internally and you see what your future looks like, you see that whatever this situation is trying to get you to boot out of your life is there. And that the situation is not. And because you can create your own reality, your own timeline, you can visualize something time and time and time again until it solidifies. Because you can choose to look at a cloud and then take that cloud as your reality. You can manifest a situation. But in the situation, you will feel clouded of truth, clouded of judgment, clouded of autonomy. Okay. And back again to the reasons why you were brought through the situation. Because you are getting to know, what did we say earlier, that it is time for you to make a bigger change, or it's almost time for you to make a bigger change, a change that on your own, it's something that you've wanted for a long time, but if you were to just make it by the confines of what is normal around you, this move would seem too big. This is opening up your possibility to something bigger. Another reason is that there's a lot of fun and lighthearted energy that you can experience by walking through the situation. That's fun, that's great, it's amazing, but that doesn't make it your situation permanently. I'm getting like something about blowing off steam or having an experience there to pass time or something like this, to remind yourself to feel fun again or something like that. And the other reason is to show you that something that you maybe were certain you did not want, certain you were not open to at all, well, there might be a little tiny bit of you that might start to be open to that. And this is the purpose of the situation in your life. Your spirit guides want to tell you that you've got really positive things on its way for you, and to remember that don't feel bad for receiving good things. If you want, receive all the beautiful things in the world and keep your mouth shut about it, because no one needs to know all of your business. Also, you have a lot of options, and don't forget about it either. As you are walking in the job and they're treating you like crap, have the energy of, okay, well, I have 50 other job offers right now, so respectfully, you can stop. Remember who you are. Remember that you have a lot of options outside of this, and bring that energy into the situation. Because the way that they're treating you is embarrassing for them, and the way that you deserve to be treated, as you know, is a lot better. And just because they're working on it, but they're not doing anything about it. You deserve to create a world that doesn't stress you out. In fact, you do. You have, and you do. Because you had a little space in your life, you said, sure, let's add an event, let's add some excitement, let's add a little drama. That's the nature of human life. But just because something is entertaining doesn't mean you want to be wrapped up in it forever. It's like when you watch a reality show, right? There's so much drama, it's chaotic, it's funny, it's fun, it's entertaining for a little bit, but you don't want to take on the persona of those characters. You don't want to act like that. You don't want to end up in those situations. You might like the reality show. It's fun to blow off some steam and laugh at some low vibrational energy sometimes, but you don't want to just watch it over and over and over and over and over and over again, because they're the same episodes just on repeat. The same 3 seasons over and over and over again. The same characters behaving badly over and over and over again. And so while it might be entertaining once, maybe even twice, don't treat the situations in your life a way that you wouldn't treat a trashy reality TV show. Group number 2. That is your message from your spirit guides. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you're interested in joining my 21-day meditation retreat, you can find that on Patreon. If you'd like to join my book club, that's on Patreon as well. And I love you. I'm grateful for you. If you'd like a personal reading with me, I have those open. Those are on my Etsy store, Etsy at Spiritualistik. So you can find all of them in the description box below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today, I am channeling a message to you from your spirit guides, and you selected the third group with Not an Accident, Synchronicity. Group 3, the first energy I'm picking up here is that if someone recently told you that they love you, or that you're doing a good job, or they're proud of you, something positive, right? They really meant it, okay? Something I'm getting to tell you, just some validation there about something, okay? Not an accident, right? So there's also this energy here where your spirit guides want to let you know that they are very proud of you for something you recently completed. I'm hearing check, like that you have checked something off of your long-term list or your bucket list, or it can be something that you've been wanting to do for years or something, and they want to make sure that you take time to celebrate yourself, because as we move forward each and every day, sometimes we're in the process of doing something and then we complete it and then we do something else, like we start it, we finish it, we complete it, or we start it, we work on it, we complete it, right? So on and so forth. And it's just this journey. They want to remind you to celebrate yourself, to stop, give yourself a good pat on the back. Make sure that you show up for yourself in that way. Now with the Not an Accident Synchronicity card, they're aware that you've been seeing some signs lately that maybe seem like they are showing up in your peripherals instead of like overt right in front of your face, like, you know, when you think about something and there's a giant 111 in front of your face, right? And then you're like, oh, haha, like, I know what that is. Like, they're showing you signs in your peripheral right now because they kind of want to show you right now that life is your own creation at this point in time. You do a wonderful job listening to your intuition. Your spirit guides are saying that you are doing a wonderful job at listening to each and every one of us and our consensus as a group, which is great. Your connection to source, to spirit, to your higher self, it is beautiful. It's on point. And they also want to right now kind of take a moment to remind you that life is your own creation too. So you may have been over the past days, weeks, years, kind of following your intuition around, which I always recommend doing. It's, wonderful way to stay on your path, to find your highest happiness, to make sure that you are in your dharma, all of that stuff, right? You always listen to your intuition. But I'm also getting here that there might be some sort of energy where you've been following your intuition so hard to get onto a particular path, and the path is something you would have wanted. And so now you're in this place where you've been listening to your intuition for so long that you're being called to kind of recenter and say, so what is it that I want? Like to almost intentionally ground it into, dare I say, the ego a little bit, not telling you to be egoic, right? But your spirit guides do want to let you know that you're at a place where you've been listening so much and now it's time to speak. I'm also hearing this phrase, and it is that praying is talking to God and meditating is listening to God, right? And God, source, universe, consciousness, however it is that you resonate with that energy, whether you pray or you meditate or both or neither, whatever works for you. But that energy is coming through. You spend so much time listening, now it's your time to talk. You spend so much time learning, now it's your time to teach. You spend so much time following your intuition, now it's time to lead through you, what you want. And so you might be given like extra, like you get to take the reins. You might be given extra wiggle room right now. And so they want to let you know it's not an accident. They're not gone. They're not showing up less. They are there the same amount. However, right now, you are being called to take the reins in your own life a little bit more from you as an individual, as a human, because you got through the part where it was really important that you listen to your intuition. Like you got past, I'm getting like a rocky storm or something. Now it might not have been a storm, but it's like you got through the hard part, right? And there will be other times where you need to lock in and listen to your intuition to make sure that you pass with flying colors, right? Or make it to the end of a journey or whatever it is here. But right now, it is your time to shine. You make it through the storm. Now you can float around a little bit. Now you can go where you want to go. You can kind of explore. I'm being shown sailing, something I love to do. When you go out of the channel, so basically when you're in a small body of water, like a bay or a harbor or something like this, and you go out to the channel to the open ocean. Now you kind of need to lock in when you're going out into the ocean because there's traffic. There's like traffic like on a road, right? There, you have to be on the right side of a particular buoy. You have to be on the left side of a particular buoy. There are like more or less kind of quasi lanes, and there's other traffic. So you have to pay attention to what's going on around you. Certain boats have the right of way, etc. And so you need to lock in. You need to go with particular speed, and you can't go over a particular, like there are speed limits and everything. So when you get through the channel, then you're in the open ocean, then you can sail around and do whatever you want a little bit more. Or when you're in a bigger body of water, you can do whatever you want a little bit more. You can say, oh, I want to go see the animals over there. I want to go to that island over there. I kind of want to go float in the middle of the ocean over there. I want to go over there and anchor and we can go swimming. Now you get to kind of pick what you want to do. You got through the important moment. Now you get to vibe a little bit. And so they want to introduce you to getting more comfortable with living on your own terms in that sense. Now, of course, it's not going to be the only time in your life where you have this free reign. I mean, you always do. You always have free choice. You always have free will all the time. You always listen to your intuition too. But while there will be more opportunities for you to lock in, listen to your intuition, make it through another storm, another wave, go through another channel, right now, you get to vibe, you get to explore, you get to make your own choices. That is actually the point right now. So this is the first message from your spirit guides. Let's take a look at the tarot. So this is my Follow Your Heart Oracle, and this is my graphic tarot here. I have tiny hands. You remember, for those of you who are like my age or older, when we would write with number 2 pencils in school, how we all have that like blister on our finger from writing with them because they were wood? I have that like from tarot cards, from shuffling tarot cards. So my hands are small and I travel a lot. So I made these little tiny decks that fit in my hands and they don't tear up my fingers. Okay. I love big size decks. They're very fun. They're very pretty. But also they tear my hands up. So hence the tiny cards. Anyway. Messages from your spirit guides. We've got the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Swords. And there's also an underlying message here in there that's like, find what works for you, right? Find what works for you. Like there might be a market for tiny cards, you know? Like I'm not the only one on the planet with small hands, you know? You never know. Okay. So, yeah, they want you to find your happiness, find your bliss, explore a little bit. And they want you to understand that it's okay for you to push through that energy of discomfort that shows up there as well. So this is kind of saying, right? Like if you are, say you want to go, I'm not recommending this, okay? Say you want to do something that's an extreme sport, right? Maybe you want to go skydiving or cliff jumping or zip lining or slacklining across a canyon. Okay, safely, please. But if you do something like this, you're going to have that moment of jitters in the beginning, right? You're like, I want to make this choice. I think I'm going to like it, but you know, you get the jitters, right? And so they want to encourage you. They're not telling you to do or not to do. That's up to you. But they want to tell you that at this point in time, if you push through those jitters towards following what makes you happy, it doesn't need to be extreme, right? It can be flirting with a person. It can be starting a creative project. It can be taking a day off. It can be taking a vacation. Those jitters about, well, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? They want to let you know that you can easily and comfortably, in full knowing, trust that you can push through those jitters a little bit and do what you were going to do. Do what you want to do, right? So they just want to let you know that, okay, there's a little bit of that energetic fuzziness there just because you want to find what you should do, right? And the answer in this is a little bit less about should and a little bit more about can or want to, okay? Yeah, there seems to be not a right answer pertaining to something, a matter pertaining to your heart, okay? They want to let you know there's not a right answer. That's for you. But you're at this point where you've been following your intuition and it led you into something. Now they want to say that there's not a right answer here. It's your choice. It's entirely your choice. And so the reason why you may not have seen the path ahead is because you haven't decided what it is that you want yet. It's a little less about depending on the situation to come around. It's a little less about haves or have-nots. It's a little less about what you should do or what is like spiritually highest vibrational for you to do. It's a little more about what it is that you want. So your intuition led you into a situation for you to deliberate on now, okay? Now that you kind of have the reins again a little bit. I'm being shown like every so often, okay? Like I obviously give personal readings. You can find those on Etsy if you're interested. Every now and then, okay, particularly with the astrology readings because they're like 10-page long documents, single spaced. No, but sometimes with personal readings, like obviously I connect with the energy and I read that, right? But sometimes with somebody, they will, like I can feel that they need to have a realization or like not that they need to do something, but it's like I can feel that there's a transformation coming up, like there's a transformation coming up and that I'm supposed to read the energy to help guide them through, right? I don't want to give them a reading that becomes obsolete in a week, right? But I want to make sure that I read the energy correctly. Or sometimes they'll need to come past a particular point in time, right? Or a particular energy needs to get passed through a certain threshold. And then I'll connect with the energy and give the reading. And that happens like just every now and then, you know, as needed. Like and every single time I come back and they'll say something like, wow, I'm so glad that I received it the day that I did because I wouldn't have understood it if I had received it earlier. Or I wouldn't understand it. I wouldn't resonate with it if it had come earlier because it was meant to come to me at this point in time, like divine timing. So it's a little bit of this. It's kind of like this energy here where the universe put you in a situation. It gave you an opportunity. But now you have the reins. You can suss out the energy. And it's a little bit about what your intuition is telling you and a little bit more about what you are saying. It's the you aspect of the co-creation. Your spirit guides want to tell you here that there's something here that you might be stressing out a little bit. I'm getting an energetic shift, okay? That has to do with like, I'm getting unconditional love or gratitude. It might be like a romantic situation. It could be a friend. It might be something with like the Virgo energy, Gemini energy is coming through as well. We've got 3, we've got 6. Okay, so love, your daily habits, your routine, your health, your exercise. We've got the Lover's card here, so it can be romance, can be a big choice or something like this. There's like an energetic shift that you've recognized. And there's this, the Knight of Wands is showing up as maybe like an immaturity or like a, like brushing it off kind of energy, like kind of, oh, if you can just be more lighthearted, then like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that serious. Like, it's kind of giving like casual in like a toxic way a little bit. Like on the other side, like there's some sort of energetic shift that you've picked up on. And your spirit guides want to let you know that you're picking up on that correctly. Okay? And that you're not, like, it's not in your head. Okay? There seems to be some sort of tower moment that a particular situation around you has been fighting off like the plague. Okay? And it seems as though you've got clarity on this, and that's exactly why the energetic shift goes, like, is directed towards you from the situation, right? Makes perfect sense. So, your spirit guides do want to advise you to invest in yourself, okay? You can continue to invest in the situation, but don't invest in that energy. When that energy is present, do not give to it, do not indulge it, do not enable it. Okay, but that's not saying don't indulge in the situation. Do what you're going to do. Or don't invest in the situation. It's interesting that I said indulge. So that might be their, their perspective on it. It might be like an indulgence rather than like, a necessity for you. But of course, that is kind of the nature of this reading a little bit. Okay, your spirit guides do want to remind you, slow and steady wins the race, okay? You might be seeking a more long-term answer or solution to a particular situation in your life right now because you want to know where you're going or what to plan for, or like if you need to take something into consideration. It's kind of like, say you want to buy a house, just as an example, say you want to buy a house, but you need to know whether or not you're planning to buy a house because you need to save up money and you work on your credit score and talk to your bank and you need to get the paperwork, like you need to prepare for that, so it's not something that's just like, hey, like we should buy a house. It's like, okay, you and what agent, like you and what broker, like, you and what credit store or whatever, so it's kind of this energy like this where you need some sort of, like you're seeking some sort of long-term answer or solution. Like you're looking for some sort of, maybe it's like not necessarily validation, but like confirmation to move forward in a particular way. Like it can be that maybe you are at a job where they let people go left and right? And you have an opportunity to move for this new job. Maybe they're like, yeah, we'll totally, like, you got this job, it's across the country, you can move over there. Then you move over there 2 months later, you're like, well, can you assure me that you're not going to just let me go? Like, your employee turnover is like 3 months. You want me to move across the country just for a 3-month turnover? And they're not giving you that contract, It's something like this. So they want to let you know that this in and of itself, again, not an accident, synchronicity, okay? They want you to be aware of that. Now, they do want you to enjoy the present moment, okay? They want you to, you've crossed the channel, you're in the open ocean, or you're in the big harbor or something. You can do what you want, where you want, how you want, okay? That's what they want to let you know. But they also want you to be aware during this process, okay, that you're not receiving what you need right now. And there's a little bit of this immaturity or a little bit of this lack of, immaturity, okay? Lack of growth, lack of awareness, lack of a future plan that exists in a situation outside of you. And they just kind of want to caution you on that. I'm hearing it's a cautionary tale. So you can do whatever you would like, of course, but they do just want to let you in on that, okay? Because right now it's not about what you should do. It's about what you want to do. But it's about what you want to do both today and in the future. And there's a delicate dance there. So they would like you to think about this, deliberate a little bit here, okay? Your spirit guides actually want to let you know right now that things are going really, really well for you. You have hit the nail on the head in a few situations in your life, and they really want you to be proud of where you are and where you're going. They also want to tell you that right now you see things pretty clearly, like all things that you can see or need to see that are not the creation of your own self to be decided at this point in time. You see it all clearly. And there's something about your manifestations coming in, really positive energies coming through. You get to enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, make positive choices for you. So they really want you to bask in that glory instead of like focusing on situations around you that aren't filling up your cup, okay? That's not to say you can't be around them or that they can't fill up your cup in some ways, but it's kind of like you show up to the cliff diving because you want to go cliff jumping, right? Not because the people that you go with are your favorite people in the whole world, right? You're not an adrenaline junkie. Maybe you are, no judgment. But Maybe you want to go cliff jumping. It's more about that than the people, right? So, and they want to let you know it's okay for you to follow what it is that you want. That's literally the point of like this chapter for you right now, at least this moment of time. So they do want to let you know to focus on investing in yourself right now and your future, okay? But not in ways that are necessarily attached to any particular situation, but more in ways that are attached to your happiness, your fulfillment, and your growth. So again, there's that balance between the present and the future, right? Because you don't want to be so focused on the future that you're not in the present, because that sucks and that's a hard pattern to get out of. And then you're in that future and you didn't appreciate it when you got to your goal, right? And they also don't want you to be so focused on like the present, like you should always be present, but they do want you to make sure that you are also in some way considering future you, right? So that instead of eating that bag of chips, perhaps you're eating a salad, right? So, but pick the salad that you would enjoy the most, or pick something that's in the middle, right? It doesn't have to be so hot and cold. But it's kind of that balance in the center. So you're present, you're enjoying the moment, but also you're not just like YOLO, right? So it's like that. Okay. I'm being shown like 2011, 2012, like it was like there's a huge recession and no one was really sure whether or not the world was going to end because of the Mayan calendar. And so all of the music, all of the culture, all of the shopping, it was like, you don't need money, the world's maybe going to end. Like you can just go make bad decisions, it's totally fine, there won't be consequences, like just live in the moment. Like that was literally the YOLO era. Like everyone was like YOLO, like party rock is in the house tonight, like LMFAO, like literally. So it's kind of like this energy, if you see it around you, red flag, okay? Red flag. That's not to say not to be present, but when we think about being present, it's a little more power of the present moment, like by Eckhart Tolle, and a little less like I'm in Miami, you know? So just that energy, okay? Just to draw awareness there, not like within you, but outside of you, okay? Just to, you know, peep it, okay? Let's see anything else your spirit guides want to tell you. Group number 3. Okay, your challenge and your opportunity here. Wise investments, wise, slow investments, okay? Taking little tiny baby steps towards the future that you want in ways that fulfill you right now, okay? If you like to write a book, don't sit down and be like, oh my God, I decided to write a book, I'm gonna sit down and bust it out. I'm gonna stare at my computer or my notebook until it's done. This is kind of the thing like, I enjoy writing. I'm going to sit down with my tea for as long as I feel like, and I'll write what I feel like when I feel like it. And then maybe you get back around to it tomorrow. Maybe it's in 2 months. Okay. But you're doing it at your own pace. It's an investment into your future. You know that you're better off than you were like before. And you're luxuriating and you're making smart investments. So the challenge and the opportunity is to find moments like that. Okay. Find moments like that. And notice where your internal like compass is a little bit too when you're exploring what it is you want to do. You have more reign, right? You can do whatever it is you want a little bit more. I mean, you always can do whatever you want, but it's like this energy here where you're being encouraged to do more of what you want, kind of ground it into the solar plexus a little bit more. So when you're with this energy, it is to pay attention to where your compass lies a little bit, where your radar lies pertaining to things that you like, and see how good of investments you're already navigated towards, okay? And maybe see some areas there where you can draw awareness to, right? Not judgment, just awareness, okay? They do want to let you know that you're going to reach a similar material position to one you were in the past in a positive way. I'm getting like a home or finances or a vacation or something like this. And they also want to remind you as well that you are not who you once were, or you're a lot more grown. You're a lot more mature. Like you are not who you once were in the best way possible. And they want to let you know that you're going to need that little piece of info later. Okay. So something might be coming back around from the past, especially over the 6 of Cups card here. They do want to let you know that right now is a wonderful time for you to focus on cultivating your inner peace, your meditation, doing breath work. And they also want to let you know that you have been receiving some signs or some intuitive nudges or something like this that you haven't necessarily been paying full attention to, that they just want me to communicate with you. They want to let you know that you've got grounding right now, a large payment coming in. Okay, a large, like a large amount of money. It can be a lump sum or something like this, a large paycheck or something. I'm getting like it's in its processing. It's like processing or something like this is what I'm getting. So this is something that has been like kind of around you. You might have been feeling it a little bit, but brushing it off because maybe you're focusing on your job or your loved ones or your house or your children or pets or something like this. Okay. So they do want to let you know that. They also want to let you know, okay, that the situations in your life, whether this reading presented them as maybe good or bad or healthy or not healthy or long-term or temporary or the way that you perceive them in your own heart and soul and mind, okay, they want to tell you that the situations that are in your life right now are not an accident synchronicity. Remember, you utilized your intuition to walk right into every single one of these situations, not your ego. Now you're in a place where you are meant to be positively sure that you are where you're meant to be at this point in time, and to navigate these situations that your intuition led you into, like autonomously. And that's where the fun begins, is what I'm hearing. And they're saying, don't be afraid to have a little bit of fun. And I'm also hearing the song Used to Be Young by Miley Cyrus. That energy came out a little bit a few minutes ago. So, group number 3. This is your message from your spirit. Oh, I'm hearing not done yet. Okay, what is it? Yes. Okay. Something is going to be moving forward, okay? And I'm getting to tell you that something around you is not necessarily worth the investment, okay? Because there's a little bit of growth that needs to occur here. And I'm saying that politely. Okay? So maybe you've thought about making an investment towards something, right? Maybe this is something where 5 of Cups energy. Maybe there's someone in your life who like whines a lot, but like they've got a good heart, you know? They want to let you know, you are what you surround yourself with. Okay, just a little wink and a nudge there. Okay, that's it. So it might be proximity. It might be how often, right, you surround yourself with this. It might be whether you surround yourself with this. It might be boundaries connecting to this. It might just be your spirit guides going, yep, we see it too. Okay, you're not alone. Okay, so just that coming through. Now that is it. Group 3. Hey, check out my meditation retreat. I just launched it. I'm so excited about it. It is 21 days of guided meditations with me. It's virtual. You have access to it forever once you purchase it. So we have 21 days consecutive where we can meditate with each other. And then you can go back and listen to the meditations that you liked, use them as needed. You can take the retreat as many times in a row as you would like. It's a wonderful way for you to have a little bit of structure to your spiritual routine. All of them are made with beginner to advanced in mind. It explores everything under the sun. The meditations are between 15 and 30 minutes for all of them. So they're a nice, healthy, but not like too much amount, right? And whether you're comfortable sitting in meditation, whether you are comfortable visualizing, or that's something that your brain physically can't do, right? They are friendly for everybody. And I put my whole heart and soul into it, so it would mean a lot to me if you check it out. Again, you have access to it forever, so I personally think it's a great investment. I've been listening to them myself, and I have to say on the receiving end of it, I got even more than I did on the giving end of it, which was crazy, because when I was like, walking you through these things, I was like, wow, this is a nice little journey. Like, I was feeling it, And then I sat down in meditation and I started receiving them, because one thing I'm gonna do is take my own medicine, right? You got to. And I was like, whoa. So I really enjoyed it. I hope that you really enjoy it, because, I love it and I love you, and that's what this is all about. So that being said, also, if you're not aware, I've got a book club going on. It's fully donation based. It's $1 barrier to entry. You can find it on my Patreon. So I put pick-a cards over there. I've got a book club over there. You can join both if you want. My meditation retreat's also on Patreon, so that's where all the action's been happening this summer. So I am really happy to welcome you into everything I've got going on. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube if you're not already. I do have more exclusive content as well here on YouTube on my Inner Circle channel. It's my members only page, as well as on TikTok. I post publicly, and I also have a subscription page over there, so you can find collective readings over there. I've got so much. I post on like 6 or 7 different platforms, so follow me, see what resonates with you. Either way, I'm just happy to connect with you. I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I will see you next time. Namaste.